Time to visit with etiquette expert Diane Gottsman, getting a fresh start to a new season. We got back to school season. Hopefully at some point we'll see fall, so it's time to kind of reevaluate things. You got a lot of good tips for us.
I do, and even though this is not necessarily back to school for the kids, it's back to school for us, so we can start kind of clearing out our clutter in our heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to start with looking in the cabinets before you buy something new. You're wasting some money if you don't get every little bit out of the things you've already bought.
Yeah, so how many times do we, I bet every one of us has cabinets that you can open up, and there are all kinds of products we don't use or half done.
Almost like you've been in my house.
Yes, well, it's my house. Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
So I have this great idea. I mean, I saw it, and I'm passing this on to you. So this is my makeup remover,
okay,
and I order them by the droves on Amazon because you can't buy it in the store. But then when I get low, I toss it. I tend to toss it
because you can't squeeze any out anymore.
So now what I found, and I'm going to share this with you all, is you cut the top off. So here, I'm going to do it with this hand cream because I have this also. So you cut the top off,
all right,
squeeze it down, and look at all the good stuff you have.
There's a lot in there.
Yeah, and especially when it's expensive stuff.
Yeah. Several more days, or maybe even a week or two more.
Yes.
And then some of that.
So anyway, I think that's such a great idea.
That'll add up.
And if you go through, whatever is under your cabinets or in your drawers that you're not using, so do this. Doesn't that smell good? That you're not using. Give away. Give away if it's useful. If it's not, you want the change drawer.
That's going too. Don't worry.
I mean the change jar. Okay.
Some of the other financial goals in this thing: shopping discounts, using cloth napkins, paying off high-interest credit cards, just taking a look at your finances as you get going.
Well, okay, so I use aluminum almost every single day of my life because I bake in it because I throw it away.
Yeah.
So instead of buying it at high-end, the grocery stores or the places that are a little more expensive, go to the dollar stores that are cheaper and buy generic versus name brand, because I have a friend who is a product tester for a big brand store, and she says if you're buying brands, it's the same thing. They're just putting it in their own, the stores are putting it in their own packaging. So make sure you do that.
Private label is
years ago, families used to use cloth napkins, and then after the meal was over, if you didn't soil it, you used them again. Everybody had their own napkin and even their own napkin holder. Yeah. So why don't we think about doing that? As long as we're not full of spaghetti all over these napkins or something messy. I know, Zach, we'd have
You've never seen my kids eat. It's not going to happen in my house.
But rather than paper, because these are tiny little, we're saving pennies, but pennies add up.
They do. Okay, so other things, don't get those mass market emails or snail mails if you can't handle temptation.
Yeah. So there are unsubscribe is what I'm trying to say. So
you're going to miss all the deals.
Yeah, I know, but you think you're going to miss these deals, and then you buy these deals, and then you never use it.
The shoes
They're
are
all in our drawers.
Off.
The shoes, yes. Okay, so I did do that. Last week I did get a great deal on a great pair of shoes, but they keep bothering me, and I keep finding bothering me, meaning I keep getting tempted. So just once you're through, unsubscribe.
Know yourself. Okay.
And use the coupons, though.
Yeah.
So use that coupon and then unsubscribe.
A couple more. Meet for coffee. You want to connect with friends and family and see them and be social. You don't always need to go out to a restaurant to do that.
We tend to say, let's go to lunch or let's go to dinner.
Yeah.
Well, let's have coffee or come over to the house and let's meet for a walk around the neighborhood, or find alternatives that don't cost a lot of money. Because really, a tea time. Okay. Tea at your house. All right.
Tea time. That could be expensive.
You're thinking golf, and golf is expensive.
And then the family change jar. I have a change jar in the closet. I put some money in, not necessarily with the family. It's amazing how quickly that adds.
And if we have a family that has change in their pockets, and everybody contributes without dipping into it, it could really grow.
Yeah.
And if you have a family goal, that would be fun. Fun to work towards.
I love taking it to the bank.
Here you go. Yes. Make sure you get the safety pins out and everything else.
Or the foreign money.
Buttons. Yes, foreign money.
Going to my kids' room because they got change all over the floor in the cabinet. That's mine for the family change jar, the Dave change jar.
But it could be a family goal.
Yeah, it should be. Okay, buy generic and check your filters. Those are a couple more.
Check your filters. That's just efficiency in the home, and then use cashback credit cards, or use credit cards that have mileage or something that you like, but make sure that you pay it off every single month, and have some money in reserve, 6 months in reserve if there's an emergency, and then start paying down those debt.
And it is amazing when you do all that, when you got the change jar going, when you've saved a couple more weeks on a couple different
Yes. products,
when you've met for coffee instead of a meal, all of a sudden some money starts to pile up. These things all really do matter.
You start to feel better. You
Right.
feel empowered.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
little things that make you feel empowered.
Yes.
Like saving my makeup
Yeah.
remover.
And then when it's time to treat yourself to something a little bit nicer, you've actually got the money
Yes.
to do that without kind of running and trying to figure things out.
You're not cheap or
Yeah.
penny
Well, and
pinching.
then
You're
going
just
back
being
to the
frugal.
when you talk about the cashback credit card, we either good things to consider are gas.
Yes.
Or groceries, because you know you're going to make those purchases.
Yes.
And it's not clothes or shoes.
Exactly. You just feel better. I like the one with mileage. You know, because I travel so much.
you
And
do.
yes. So we all have our preferences, and just find out what works for you and do it.
Very good advice. Smart choices for this new season. Diane, thank you so much.
take the coins?
As always. Now you have to
Have the
fight
coins.
Shields to take all this stuff back. He's probably going to take the oatmeal
We're
too.
slow at my house, you
I'll
notice.
give that to you.
But he needs more napkins.
Yes.